Welcome to the Price of Business. I am your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Glad to be with you here today. They were already queued up early over at priceofbusinesstv.com, and delighted to see them, and they seem like they're in a lively mood. Good to see you guys. Good to have you here, and you know what? If you want to be a part of our conversation, the best way to do that is to join us at priceofbusinesstv.com, where you get the best, really some of the best thoughts from some of the finest minds, not only locally but around the country. We got friends from literally all over the country. What's weird is that the program, often online, they're talking about dietary issues like donuts and coffee and things like that. But also, often they talk about the show as well. Yes, nerdy, don't worry about it. You can razz me all you want. I'll still ignore you. No, I'm just joking. But good stuff there at priceofbusinesstv.com. But good stuff right here in the studio. We got a lot to cover on today's program. Coming up on February 5th, I'm going to be speaking at a group called American Majority about the really some of the founding principles of our great country and why they still matter today. I'm looking forward to that event, and I'm going to be talking with the representative of American Majority at later on in the program. So we're looking forward to talking to them. Also, right now in this segment, though, we're going to talk about an organization, a very entrepreneurial organization that promotes entrepreneurship. That's fantastic, and that's the Houston Northwest Young Professionals.
Right.
It's Monday, and my reading skills don't start until about 1 o'clock. I got to change my show time because my reading skills don't even ramp up yet. But Jessica Hoover, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Good. And those who are watching there online, every once in a while you might see the camera guy here with Jessica. My good friend Andy Valadez. He's also a Price of Business contributor. You see his articles often over there. And by the way this video is looking, yes, there you saw half of them. By the way this video is working, it's going to probably make everyone physically ill because he's going back and forth. But anyway, it should be fun though nonetheless. Jessica, tell us a little bit about the Houston Northwest Young Professionals and also introduce us our other guest that you brought on behalf of the organization.
Sure. Our other guest on today is John Cappello, a very good friend of mine. He is one of the co-founders of the Houston Northwest Young Professionals. The Houston Northwest Young Professionals is a great organization, and it is basically the purpose is to enrich and enhance the career development of members. It facilitates opportunities for young professionals to network in a fun and relaxed environment.
Okay. And John, you, how long have you been, are you both co-founders of this group here?
Yes, we are. And I just want to say I'm really excited to be here also. We together ran the program for about a year and a half, and it got started from very humble origins. We started with about 21 people, and it was an idea we had talking to the vice president of the chamber at Denny's. She was looking to renew the membership that we had. I work for Office Depot. Mm-hmm. She wanted to make sure that we renewed our membership, and I said, well, hey, what kind of programs do you have for young professionals? We drafted a proposal letter, and now we're over 400
The rest is history. Well, that's fantastic. And frankly, chambers, in my opinion, are kind of in trouble. Chambers are dying at an exponential rate. And part of the problem that chambers have is the fact that with the reality that unless self-interest is involved, people aren't interested in meeting. Rotary has been dead now. I know they keep meeting, and I'm going to get yelled at from Rotarians. I'm a former Rotarian myself. I love the organization. But it's been on life support for ages. The average Rotarian is probably about 70 years old. And part of the problem is that unless you're meeting to do business, people don't want to meet. And you guys obviously are not quite in the same camp as Rotary clubs are, but it's a little more altruistic. You can have several people in the same industry domain in your arena, and that just why am I bothering to meet when there's three? And here's the reason why you want to bother to meet. Why I'm a big fan of chambers is because there's a community side of business that's so crucial. People need to be aware of one another, and this is where you get your business barn racing taking place, and this is where you get people cognizant of one another, and this is how best practices are developed, and this is why chambers are so crucial. And unfortunately, people are so short-sighted, and so the only organizations that seem to grow are BNIs, Business Networks International. And I think that's a tragedy because I think there needs to be a little bit, if you will, of a bigger picture and not just the self-interest involved. And that's being spoken by a pretty hardcore capitalist who has no problem with you having self-interest. But why don't you talk a little bit about that, Jessica?
Sure. You know, we actually get a variety of different industries within this group. We've had, Intelligy, which is an energy brokerage firm, REB Group, which is a commercial and residential real estate firm, Marketing Dynamics, marketing consultant and film business, Omega Legal Video, which is a video production company. Just a variety of different businesses are involved in this organization, and that's really what the organization is about. A variety of different people, business owners, people looking to become business owners, and like-minded professionals getting out there and networking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Do you have any comment on that?
Well, yeah, especially on the north side of Houston, I work for Office Depot. We've invested a lot of resources in going to chamber events, because we think that there's money to be made at the chambers. Mm-hmm. And it's not just about making an appearance, it's about being seen. You want to, or it's not just about seeing other people, it's about being seen. And you don't want to just make an appearance, you want to show up consistently and build relationships, because the customers don't want to necessarily buy from a company, they want to buy from people. And we want to make sure that they understand Office Depot is full of people who take a lot of pride in what they do.
Mm-hmm. Jessica, tell me some of the events you guys have lined up for 2011.
Well, February 22nd, we have an event at Kilburn's Tavern, and you can find more information on that on the Facebook page, keywords Houston Northwest Young Professionals. You can also take a look at my Facebook page, Jessica Hoover, just like it sounds, is how it's spelled. You can take a look to find out more information on there, as well as the chamber website, HoustonNWChamber.org. And that's going to be February 22nd. It's going to be from 6 to 9. Admission is $10 in advance, $15 at the door without reservation. It's going to be a great time.
Got it. Do want to mention, Luann mentioning here that the young professionals really need a place to come together and brainstorm ideas or have contacts when they are just starting out. That's absolutely crucial. And is there a certain attitude, if you will, John, with the younger business professionals that is somewhat different than those who've been around longer when it comes to the importance of networking?
Absolutely. I can say that the technology conversations that we have are considerably different than at other groups. We'll talk about our smartphones, apps, that kind of thing. But then there's also there's a lot of value in going to other types of networking events for young professionals too, because we can benefit from the experience of people who have been in business for quite some time.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you, is there a sense of concern about the future of chambers there at Jessica, your chamber? Because again, I know right here in the greater where I'm sitting, about 3 or 4 disbanded in the last 2 years. Right where I'm sitting within about 5 miles. And so is there a concern about that, and how is it being addressed? I think developing young professional chapters is absolutely crucial for the survival of all chambers. And so they need to be modeling what you're doing. But, have you seen that concern there at your chamber?
With that growing trend, I believe it has been a concern. The thing with the Houston Northwest Chamber of Commerce is it is a very active chamber. There is a lot going on, and with this new networking group, the Houston Northwest Young Professionals, it is developing Houston's, the next generation of business leaders, and which is crucial. And I think that the other chambers should take a look at that and model themselves after that as well. I think that is a crucial element.
Yeah, you guys do have a page on Facebook for your chamber, right?
Absolutely.
What you guys really ought to consider doing is, in the notes section, is to put together the proposal you made and make that a model proposal for chambers everywhere and start sending that out to other chambers, because I bet they'll jump into that. I bet they'll jump on that. They just voluntarily offer it to the other chambers. They'll mention where it came from. They'll be excited about where it came from. And obviously that would build your chamber's personal footprint. So do you want to mention OfficeDepot.com? That's where John works. And, of course, HoustonNWChamber.org. That's HoustonNWChamber.org. Thanks to both of you.
Thank you.
We're out of time. I'm sorry. The music's already on, and we'll have to get you back on in the future. I'm Kevin Price. This is The Price of Business on Talk 650, powered by CBS Radio. And the music's on.